So there are many different patterns of thyroid dysfunction. I've been focused primarily on the hypothyroidism so far in our talk. Standard hypothyroidism is where there is an inadequate amount of iodine, and that's the most common cause of thyroid problems globally, but not in the US. In the US, we have adequate iodine. Most of our salt has iodine added to it. The problem is more an autoimmune problem in the US, where we've got all this abundance and lots of aggravation, toxins, chemicals, things that are bothering and breaking down our immune response. And so it's going to be more autoimmune driven. And the most common autoimmune is when the body starts making an antibody called the TPO, or the thyroid peroxidase enzyme antibody. So it's literally making an antibody to the enzyme that helps you make thyroid hormone. And thus someone will have unpredictable levels of thyroid hormone, either too low or sometimes too high, depending on what's going on with the autoimmune level. The other pattern of dysfunction is hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism, by definition, is always autoimmune driven as well. So you've got to think about what is the immune system driving factor here. What is the thing that's bothering the immune system? How can you support the person to have a more balanced immune system? Another pattern is primary pituitary with suboptimal thyroid function. This is what I was talking about just a minute ago, where I said that sometimes the HPA axis is so exhausted because of chronic stress that then the thyroid is not functioning well. But it's really a pituitary and HPA axis problem rather than a thyroid hormone problem. And this is where the TSH will look low, but the thyroid hormone won't be high. Another pattern is underconversion. So if someone has blood sugar problems, allergies, gut problems, cortisol regulation, then they're not going to be converting enough T4 to T3, and that's where their symptoms are coming from. There is something also called overconversion that's usually caused by a really bad infection or a medication. And then the last two types are thyroid problems that are caused by a hormone problem that's tying up the binding globulin to move the thyroid around, or a receptor site issue, right? This is where I was talking about the person's levels all look great, but they still feel horrible because they're not getting what they need at the cellular level.